Okay, welcome back to the Closing Room AZ. I'm your host, Jesse Moreno, realtor, investor, and coach, and your straight shooter for everything real estate related here in Phoenix, Arizona. So whether you're buying, selling, or just trying to figure out what's going on in this crazy market we have, you're in the right room here. It's no fillers. There's no fluff, just real talk, real strategies for people who are actually in the trenches every single day, which you're going to meet our guest here that's in it every single day. If this is your first time here, you guys, subscribe to my channel, hit the button, click on the QR code that you see on your screen there, and that's going to get you directly right to me. If you have any questions, whatever it may be, again, hit that QR code, and I'll answer them for you. It has all my detail, all my information. Today, we're going to be kicking off a 3-part series, and trust me when I tell you this, you want to stick around for every single thing, even towards the end, because there's going to be some great information that we're going to be giving you. So, hey, if you're a homeowner, if you're planning to buy a home, if you're an agent, if you're a seller, if you're a buyer, you live here in the Valley, here in Phoenix, Arizona, you want to make sure you stick around, because in this particular episode, we are going to talk about inspections, and we're going to get deep into it. So before we do all that, then, let me introduce you. Not introduce you, but let me reach out, give a quick shout out. Going tongue-tied here.
There you go.
And I want to say it's Monday, but it's not. All right, quick shout out to my sponsor of the day, Driggs Title. They've been around for a while, 2007. They got locations in Phoenix, Arizona. They got locations in Nevada. And they've done over 200,000 transactions since they started in 2007. So reach out to them. They're easy to find, driggstitle.com, or give them a call, 602-589-5300. Great company. Reach out to them. All right. So before we introduce my guest, I want to kind of give you a little bit of information about his background, a little bit about the company, because we are going to dive into some questions. And so I kind of want to give you a little heads up of what's going on here. My guest currently works for a company called Buyers Protection Group, BPG. It's one of the largest employee-based inspection companies in the county or in the country, right? Yeah, in the country. And you had mentioned it's also owned by Fidelity National.
Fidelity National is our, yep.
All right. My guest is a home and commercial inspector and market leader. BPG covers the greater Phoenix and the Mohave County areas. Their services include HVAC, plumbing, electrical, foundation, roof, built-in, new construction, commercial, pre-listings. I mean, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Right? There's a lot there. They also provide pool inspections, sewer inspections using specialized cameras to get to the nitty-gritty of what's inside these in the pools or inside the sewer lines and so forth. So also, another thing, every inspection includes a 90-day inspection guarantee, which is awesome, right? Because you don't get that in this market. Also, digital reports. They offer digital reports with photos delivered 24 hours or less. They got a free WDO, and I'll tell you what that stands for in a minute, but I'm going to keep you guys on suspense. So they got a free WDO inspection included with every home inspection. They also could book, if you're an agent, you guys could book online under 5 minutes. They have a platform called Easy Order. My guest will give you that information here in a minute as well as we go through this. You can also book online 24 days a week, 24 hours, 7 days a week. So it doesn't matter what time of the week it may be or what time of the day may be. You guys can get in there and you guys could book your inspection online. So with no further ado, let's jump right into it. Today we've got Mr. Brian Lang.
Hi, how are you, Jesse?
I am doing fantastic. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, absolutely. Brian is like I said, he works for BPG Home Inspections, and he is going to fill you guys with a lot of information. So stick around, take some notes, invite your guests to be on this real quick because we're going to fill you with a lot of info. We are going to do a nice breaker here on part 1. So let's get started with this. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what got you into the inspection business.
Yeah. I've been a licensed home inspector in the Valley for over 20 years. I've performed over 6,000 inspections in my endeavors here.
Wow. Okay.
My background is in residential construction. I used to build custom homes with my father-in-law. I work with 2 of the largest electrical corporations in the Valley as well, too. But the way I got into home inspection, it was like my father-in-law. My father-in-law was my mentor, if you will. The man knew more than construction than most people have forgotten, and this guy is he is so smart when it came to construction's practice. Gave me a very good idea of how things are put together. And with that, he pushed me to go into the inspection business because he always said, Brian, you got a good eye. Use your eye and your ears and all that to relate things that need to be talked about in a home. And when I first started, I was on my own. I had my own company, Jesse. I was just a one-man shop. And I started realizing, man, I just can't get my face in front of the crowd like I usually could with my new company, which was BPG at the time. And with that, I joined a team of 200 inspectors all over the nationwide. And because, you were owned by Fidelity National, like you said, too, we have a large base of talented inspectors. We have engineers on staff. So we have a lot of stuff we can provide people with. Yeah.
Wow. Very cool. Good info. Hey, walk us through a typical day. So like, when you pull up to the driveway to somebody's property, what does that look like for you?
Yeah, so the inspection starts with either a call or a request online or a phone call to my CSR, which are wonderful professional people, 24/7 online stuff. So we get to the job, we're there, we know what we're supposed to be looking at. I am a holder of Super Key, so I can get through the Super Key with so we only need that 7-digit combo lock, and I can open up the Supra from there. So your realtors don't bother to unlock to get us in. We're there to start the inspection, the exterior, the interior, structural components. Typically in Arizona, and I think this is because it just gets so dang hot, people don't want to follow you around during the inspection, and I don't want them crawling them through the roof and then into the attic. So we wait to the end. We do what we call a wrap up with the client. Okay, and we go, okay, here's what we found. Here's some of the stuff I want you to show. And this is when I actually physically take them to show them some of the deficiencies and some of the things I want them to look for and to keep an eye out on. And that's the important thing is that wrap up with the client. Because then I show them this is where you shut your water off. This is where your electrical is. So they know where to go in case of emergency.
Right. Now I got you. It's funny, like you said, I know you have access to the Super Key, right? So you can get in and so forth. And it's true. As a realtor, I don't take my buyers when you're doing the inspection. We wait till you're done. Yeah. Especially in the summertime when it's crazy hot. Yeah. Right. We're like, let's just wait till he's done.
Except when the AC goes out. And sorry, guys, come on in. But there's a pool out back, so everybody jump in the pool.
It happens. So you guys cover a lot of things. And as I was reading off a little bit ago on the intro, we talked about all the different things you guys offer, right? The HVAC, the plumbing, electrical foundation, even built-in appliances. Yeah. Right, you're inspecting for those as well. Yeah. Is there anything that surprises people when they find out what's all included?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, we follow the Arizona standards. The standards are just the minimum requirements that we're supposed to follow as licensed inspectors, but we go beyond the standards. So our deal is we take a snapshot of the day of the inspection. Here's what's happening, and we can't anticipate. Okay, that oven right there, you got 2 years left. Well, that's not what we're about. But we can tell you, it's older. We date all of your major appliances. So I want to make sure, Jesse, that your buyer comes in with the knowledge that, okay, I've got an AC that's only 2 years old. I've got a water heater that's 9 years old. And you know how water heaters are in Arizona. They don't, hey, I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and go, look what's happening. That water heater's leaking all over the garage. I can't anticipate leaks, but we can look at it, the condition it is, and give you a good snapshot the day of the inspection of what things were like that day.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Is there anything being in your line of business, is there anything that maybe gets overlooked on a typical inspection?
By the inspector? Or by sometimes, yeah.
Well, let's say other inspectors, that you say, a lot of inspectors sometimes when they do this is what gets overmissed, and I don't overmiss this.
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of times, inspectors they get lazy as they get older. They don't want to crawl through that attic. My thing is if I can get my body up into that attic, get myself on the HVAC stand, and I can really get a good view of what's happening in that attic. If there's missing insulation, or if there's water intrusion, if there's broken pipes and stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes a lot of it has to do with I can't get into it, or I don't want to make myself accessible to. I don't want to. I crawl under the trailers. Yeah, I'm one of those inspectors that will crawl under a trailer and
Yikes.
and fight with the bugs down there.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of nasty, but you get used to it.
And I've seen the opening of some of these trailers. I'm like, how do you guys do it?
It's I actually had a realtor one time who was sitting on the outside. We crawled through one side, crawled all the way through, and then crawled through the top there. And he's out with this camera like this. And I'm posting this on Facebook. He goes, because I mean, at the time I was I'm not a small guy, and my shoulders are barely coming through that penetration. He's
right.
like, oh my gosh.
I hear you. You know what? Props to you, man. I give you respect for that, because that's a hard job sometimes, based on what I see.
Especially when it's hot and nasty.
Hot, and when you're crawling into those crawl spaces or in the attic. I've been in the attic in the summertime to do some things myself, and I'm like, I'll never do this again.
Yeah, I'm 170 degrees sometimes. I've shot that attic sometimes with my thermometer, and it's 170, 175 degrees. You know,
wow.
Get up there, get what you need to look at, and get out.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to close up. We're going to wrap up part one.
Yep.
I'm hoping you guys are finding some good information here. This is just the beginning. We're going high level here. We can't go in depth on every single thing, you guys. I want to prepare you for that, because we can spend hours here.
Sure you can.
Having these conversations. But I want to give you guys, and I want to make sure Brian's giving you guys some high level information, because most importantly, I want to make sure that you reach out to him with questions you may have. And whether you need that service or not, just reach out to him, because he'll guide you and direct you and give you the best advice he could give you. Brian, before we wrap up here, what is the best way to reach you?
I can be reached. Email is brian.lang@bpginspections.com. My cell number is 602-459-2637. You can text me or leave a message, whatever's easier for you. I'm on social media as well too, so it's just Brian Lang, and I share some personal stuff. I have a lot of family that are really important to me, and I'm going to be a proud new grandpa this year. This is my first grandchild.
All right.
Grandchild. So you'll see a lot of there's a lot of personal stuff that I share, but I share a lot of good tips on my webpage as well too. So it's good to kind of follow it.
Well, welcome to the club, because I'm a new grandpa too. I've got two.
Congratulations.
Yeah, two little ones. Well, welcome to the club. All right, there you have it, you guys. A lot of great information. Part one. We are wrapped up in part one now. Now you know who Buyers Protection Group is, right? We know how big the footprint is in this county, well, in this state, as well as the country across the U.S. here, and what real home inspections looks like from start to finish. Of course, we talked. We said, hey, we're going high level here, so we didn't get too in depth, but at least you know what he does and how crazy it gets. So we're just getting warmed up, okay? Part two, we're going to get into the report itself, what it all means, the free WDO, the 90-day guarantee. We're going to talk about what sets BPG apart from everybody else. That's coming up next. Don't miss it. Make sure you guys hit subscribe, drop a comment, scan the QR code that you see there on the screen. Connect with me directly through that QR code, so make sure you guys hit it. Again, I'm Jesse Moreno. This is the Closing Room AZ. Have a great day. Remember, you guys, set no limits.